when I was a senior in high school, I quit my varsity basketball team. Now, growing up, I mean, if you didn't really know me that well, you knew I liked to play basketball. I mean, I was always playing, whether it was with my friends, one-on-ones, 2v2s, out in the park, in my friend's driveway, in my driveway, all of that stuff. And I loved it. Played so much AAU, but it got to the point too where, I was going through my high school career. I was always kind of like that, really good on JV, but then not great enough to kind of get on varsity. And then, like you might sit like a few of the games on varsity and stuff like that, but like nothing too crazy. And then senior year comes around, we get a nice new coach. I'm like, perfect. This is going to be my opportunity to show myself and show this new coach that like I'm legit, and I probably should have gotten minutes as like a junior and maybe even like a sophomore. So I'm working my ass off. I'm working. I think I decided not to do like a couple sports and stuff like that, and just lock in like the whole summer, do all of the summer workouts, almost be like that leader for the team, that point guard leader. Make the team on varsity. Everything's good. I'm the starting point guard. It's fantastic. Go through the first scrimmage, have a little bit of like a rough first scrimmage, like not the best. And then second scrimmage, I just get benched. I still got minutes and stuff here or there. Like this is obviously for like a second scrimmage. But I thought to myself, I said, damn, I really got benched, and like that's how little the coach had faith in me when I just spent at least the last 3-4 months showing him exactly what I can do in open runs, open gyms, and proving that I am good enough to be the starting point guard and all that stuff. And yet that he has the audacity really to kind of get to the point where right after he just basically gives up on me. And then, obviously I stuck it out for maybe like a couple more scrimmages and a few more practices. And I was not seeing the same reciprocation with that first scrimmage and like obviously all of the love that I was getting kind of before that in the summer. So that really kind of got my head spinning, and I made one of the biggest decisions that I've ever probably made in my life at that moment for sure, was quitting varsity basketball and then also deciding to do what's called NYB basketball, which is like youth basketball league, YMCA league, whatever that the school still puts on. But let me tell you something about that situation right there. I reclaimed my love of basketball from playing in that youth basketball league. Yeah, I did average like probably 20 points a game or something like that. And so it was like a little bit more fun because I was able to enjoy myself and get more points like that. But first off, I'm not even a scorer, so like that part doesn't really matter to me that much. I got to play with my friends. I got to play with people that I actually cared about, and I had really fun times with, fun games with. I ended up making it like to the finals and stuff like that, in which I paired up against a guy who also did the same thing that I did and quit the varsity team because the coach didn't fuck with him either. So, moral of the story is that one of the hardest decisions of my life in making the varsity team, deciding to quit the team, ended up turning into one of actually like the most pleasant basketball experiences that I've ever had in my life, which is crazy because I played so many times, and I'm not kind of like pickup, I'm kind of like organized basketball type stuff, which is just so cool. And I hope that anybody who's kind of going through something where they might not have that love of basketball anymore, like try and do your best. I'm not saying to like quit your team, and sometimes you need to just like push through things to get to that next point, which is totally fine. But at another time, you kind of think to realize, hey, I'm not having fun with this. I'm not getting the same out happiness wise as I used to when it came to basketball. So reevaluate, the best that you can in your certain situation when it comes to playing basketball, and continue to go from there. Because hey, I'm 27 right now. Okay, all of this stuff happened probably when I was 17. Yeah, so 10 years ago. 10 years ago. So first off, time flies by, and then secondly, because time flies by, you have to have the most fun doing it. Okay, so making tough decisions is always going to actually lead to better situations. I actually have that up here. I got easy choices, hard life, hard choices, easy life. And so keep that in your mind whenever you're going through making kind of a tough decision, whether it's you trying to figure out the next wave of basketball or whatever it is. And I really do hope that you kind of find your way through this process, and maybe my situation can kind of help you out a little bit more. With that being said, I really do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, check out this one right here. YouTube algorithm says you're gonna like it, and also like this video too. But yeah, check it out. Talk to you guys later.